What up, everybody? It's your boy Turn to Ash, guys. I'm coming to you guys with my review of One Piece chapter 922, and man, oh man, this 20-day wait was well worth it, guys. This was an awesome chapter. A lot of action happened in this chapter, and we finally get to pick up where we left off with the Scabbards and Kiado, and their battle officially begins. So let's jump right into this chapter, guys. We're going to start from the beginning, kind of go through it. We start with an awesome color spread this week here, and before even that, we saw the cover of Shonen Jump, and the cover of Shonen Jump this week is Luffy and Yamato standing next to each other, and we kind of see what Yamato looks like. And Yamato has this awesome hair, and I think this is the first time we've seen Yamato in color. And I know there's been a lot of people making their own kind of ideas of what Yamato would look like here. They had their own drawings and everything, and a lot of people thought she'd have green hair, or he would have green hair with horns, black horns, but apparently she has like mermaid hair where it kind of like changes color as it goes down, so it eventually kind of gets to that green color. She has red horns. She looks awesome. Yamato looks so cool. I love the design of Yamato. I'm really excited about how that looks. Of course, we know what Luffy looks like, but I was really excited about Yamato's design, and I can't wait to see Yamato in the story, especially in the anime, kind of come to life. So that was awesome. I'm excited to see the voice actor of Yamato as well. So that was a great start to this chapter and to this week as well. I really loved Yamato's design. So jump into this color spread that we got. We step away from All Might Beija's gang story, which is good. It's a little refreshing because I was really just getting, if you guys have watched the videos, a little tired of it. It was great. It was nice to see Pound meet up with the girls, kind of have that family reunion. It was very nice and touching, but stepped away. We got this awesome color spread of them on the sea train. They're enjoying a banquet. They're having a good time. See the news crews are coming in, and they're all just having some fun. And I think for the first time we get to see in color what Enma looks like. And Zoro's new sword is completely purple, which is really cool to see. I love the color purple. I'm a Vikings fan, so I've loved the color purple since I was like 2 years old, since I can remember. So I'm a huge fan of how all three of those swords look. He's got the red, white, and purple. Really cool. Love that. And his bowl's got a dragon on it. So obviously we're in the Arc of Dragons. Really cool design. I think that was the only thing I noticed, except for that weird bear in the back behind Jinbei. Super random. I thought it'd be Panda Man, but it's not Panda Man. It's just another random bear. So really funny that Oda threw that in here. I really love that. And I hope that the news crews are a sign that we're going to get like a break-off chapter when the third story part ends and we get that break chapter in between. I hope we have some crazy news coming about what's going on with the Shishibukai, or what's going on with the other warlords, or if Shanks is on the move, or something to do with something else. So I'm excited to see what's going on there, but let's jump into this chapter. So we get this chapter, we start right off with a conversation between Big Mom, Sparrow, and Marco. So the last time we saw Big Mom, Robin and Jinbei kind of rolled her out of out of the arena. So they kind of like did her meal flume, and they had those arms on the ground. They kind of rolled her away. So that's the last we saw of her, and we kind of just saw her just kind of go into the distance. We never really saw what happened. So apparently she's all the way at the front of Onigashima, where we saw all those giant statues and the giant storage. She's all the way out front. So I don't know how she got there, or Robin was like, hey, you're just gonna go right into the ocean. So very funny. But she ends up meeting with Sparrow and Marco. And Sparrow, obviously, we knew that he had concerns of this alliance, of what Big Mom's thought process were, and what her plan was going forward. So he kind of confronts Big Mom on this, and Big Mom's not having any of his shit. She pretty much is like, why are you questioning anything that I've done? This was wholly my idea to create this alliance, and if you don't think that I have a plan going forward, then you don't trust me. Is that what it is? You kids don't trust me? And Sparrow's like, whoa, nope, we're good. I just wanted to see what was going on. You see this, the terror in Sparrow's face. He does not want to mess with Big Mom, and I don't blame him. Big Mom has no qualms about killing her own kids. I brought you into this world. I can take you out. That's what my mom used to say to me. So she put the fear of God into Sparrow. So really cool seeing to kind of see her thought process. And I think she does have a plan with this. The reason she's not really telling the kids, because it's none of their business. She's the captain. She's going to do what's best for herself. So maybe down the road, she has a plan to betray Kaido at some point here, and she wants her kids to trust her plan. She's very nefarious. She's got something up her sleeve. So we'll see what Big Mom's plan is, but she's kind of instilled into Sparrow, like, don't worry about it. I got this. Just do as you're told. And Marco on the whole time is in the background was like, well, it looks like our previous alliance is off now that we don't have the same goal of killing the ogre Kiado. And he kind of says ogre Kiado and kind of like had a light bulb flash and was like, is he an ogre? And then that's not a race that pops into my head a lot for One Piece is ogres. I don't know if we've seen an ogre in One Piece yet. I feel like we have had, but Marco kind of threw that in very casually, so I don't think it's going to be something too important that he's going to be some kind of ogre race that we haven't seen before, but or if he's just calling him ogre because he's huge and carries the club. Could be one of the two, but it looks like the alliance between Marco and Sparrow is off. And Big Mom kind of questions Marco's like, why are you helping those whippersnappers here? Looks like the old remnants of Whitebeard have no like loyalty anymore. And Marco has a great comeback to this. He's like, I think you're using the word remnants wrong here. We're not tied to the words of our father. And I think that's how Whitebeard would have wanted it. He wouldn't want Marco and the rest of the Pirates crew to kind of do his bidding after he was gone. They're his kids. He wants them to go live their own lives, follow their own dreams, and live free. And that's what Marco says here. He's like, we're all free. Everyone who left the crew is free to do whatever they want, and I'm choosing to help Luffy defeat Kaido. And that was a great one-liner here. And I think it might lead into the future of other Whitebeard pirates doing things their own way. Kind of like Izo is back as well. He's following his own vision. He's following his own goals and what he wants. And he wants to get Wano free. So that's what they are. They follow their freedom. They follow their own choices. And that's how Whitebeard wanted them. And I'm sure that's how Whitebeard explained it to him. I'm sure Whitebeard had to sit down with all of the commanders and his kids saying, hey guys, if I'm gone, don't try to avenge me, which they tried. But that's because anger kind of leads up to that. But don't try to avenge me. Don't follow my dream. Go on your own paths. Follow your own dreams. Do what you want to do here. That's why I've been like kind of keeping you guys in a safe bubble. That way you guys can follow your dreams, do what you want. So that was a great one-liner from Marco. We are free to do what we want. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I love Marco. He's such a cool character, and he really kind of speaks his mind. And he's kind of talking on equal terms with Big Mom here. He's not really scared. Obviously, his commander, his captain was Whitebeard. And after being around Whitebeard, I don't think many people scare you. So that was a great way to start the chapter. And we kind of lead into mini snippets of other characters. We see Luffy for like 2 seconds in this chapter. On his way up, the other samurai kind of clearing out a path for him because there are a lot of gifters and stuff inside the stadium. So they're kind of clearing a path and they're like, go Luffy, go onwards. And he's like, thanks guys. And he just keeps going his own way. So Luffy's still on his way up towards Kaido here. Obviously King and Queen were up above. We don't get to see what happened with Queen, Zoro, and Drake. So we don't get to see anything with that in this chapter. And we see a small snippet of Yamato still chasing Shinobu and Momo, and it looks like Shinobu still is scared of Yamato, so Yamato's still chasing after them, so we didn't get to see anything happen other than that. And we cut to a scene now with Black Maria, and Black Maria's in one of her rooms with a bunch of ladies around her, and they're asking like, are we gonna be safe in this room? And she's like, don't worry, everything will be fine, no one's gonna make their way up here. But I could see Sanji making his way up there, or Luffy crashing through somehow, so I think one of the two will be showing up, maybe even Brooke. But she starts playing her shamisen. The ladies are like, can you play a song for us? So she gets out her shamisen. She starts playing the shamisen a little bit and singing a song for the ladies. And her song kind of says, hey, it's a song about two people not being able to meet, finally meeting up because of their passion. So I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about. If it's the Scabbards and Kaido meeting at the top after so long and their passion for what they want is finally clashing, because as soon as she starts playing, we get an amazing double spread panel of the Scabbards on one side and they're all charging, and you see Kaido full dragon form zooming towards them, and it's this beautiful panel. And in the background, Black Maria Shamisen is playing. It's gorgeous, and I cannot wait. That's gonna be an awesome scene in the anime. And if you haven't watched the anime lately, the anime has been so fun to watch. I love the animation so far. I love it. It's looked beautiful. It's very descriptive. There's so many colors. So go watch the anime if you haven't. Just watch a couple episodes here and there. It's really, really fun to watch. But this scene is going to look beautiful in the anime with them charging to each other. And this is an awesome scene because we get to see the Scabbards really go all out. They start using their strongest named attacks. We get Nekomamushi first. He does this crazy swirl thing. and punches Kiado. I'm getting ahead of myself. So there's so much going on. So before this, Kiado actually does some kind of roar. And as he roars, lightning comes out of his mouth. And which is really unique. So before he was just using a fire attack. That was really the only attack he used. But there had been theories that he could control the weather. That's what the Chinese dragon did. He controlled the weather. He could make clouds and everything. That's how he can fly in the air, because he doesn't have wings like a normal dragon. So he roars and lightning comes out of his mouth. I thought the first time it was just like the bellow of his roar, but he does it again. And then the Scabbards said something about it like, man, every time this guy roars, lightning is coming out of his mouth and they're dodging the lightning. And I thought it was his King's Hockey the second time I read through it, that it was just really like that powerful and they're able to withstand it. But no, he's actually shooting lightning out of his mouth with his roar. Really cool scene, and this leads right into those theories that he can control weather, especially when he brought the clouds over, especially when he turned into his dragon form. So really cool theories, really cool scene there that he was really able to like kind of bring out weather elements like lightning and even the fire. So really interesting fact. We'll see if that leads into anything else. So really cool there. Really wanted to get that in for you guys. But this is where we get into the named attacks, and this is where the Scabbards kind of start to go in. So we get to Nekomamushi. He does this swirling fight and he does the Crimson Cat dance and punches Kiado with his big cat claws, and Kaido's head goes up. And his head goes up. We see Kawamatsu, I almost call him Kappamatsu. Kawamatsu is above him in the moonlight, and he's got his double sword set out. He uses the Kappa style River of Sea, and slices him, and it looks amazing. Even the Beast Pirates are like, are their attacks actually hurting Kiado? And I'm like, yeah, they're actually doing damage. This is awesome. And even Kiado is looking just absolutely shocked. He kind of he gathers himself for a second and swats Kawamatsu to the side here. Luckily, Kawamatsu didn't get hurt too bad. He just gets swatted to the side. And this time it's Inuyashi's turn. Inuyasha comes with the canine scourge and like full hockey demon dog style slashes Kiado, or stabs Kiado really in the side with his now leg knife sword thing, whatever it is, his leg sword. So he fully gets in there and you see it go into Kiado, like it makes direct contact. And then finally we get Kiku and Izo doing the fallen snow scythe slicing rounds. So they start shooting slicing rounds, and Kiku's shooting her wind style slices at Kiado, and they're doing heavy damage. And even Kiado notices like they don't have the full power of Odin, but why are these attacks hurting me, and why are they able to cut me? And this leads into an amazing flashback here with Odin and the Scabbards. But before we get that, it's finally Raizo's turn. Raizo goes full Hokage level with this attack here, like straight out of the Naruto book with a Jiraiya. So after getting cut by Izo and Kiku, Kaido's really getting pissed, and he lets out a massive blast breath right at Raizo and the rest of the Scabbards. Well, Raizo pulls out a scroll and goes Ninpo style scrolling jutsu. That's what it's called, scrolling jutsu. And this gigantic scroll comes out of nowhere, and it just absorbs the blast breath, kind of like how Jiraiya took out the Amaterasu. I think I'm saying that right. It's been a long time. Amaterasu, there we go. The black flames. And he kind of used the scroll and sucked up all the flames into the scroll. Really remnant of that here. That's immediately in my mind when I was like, that's crazy, really cool. So it absorbs the full blast breath, and then he uses it to wrap a Kaido in the scroll, and he says, now you can have it back. Blast breath, restoration, and releases it, and the entire blast breath comes out of the scroll wrapped around Kaido and explodes around his body. Oh my god, that had to do so much damage. It's its own attack, it's its own dragon breath. Dragon breath usually is effective against other dragons, so that had to do a lot of damage. So cool, such a strong attack. That was really awesome, Raizo. That's some Naruto stuff. That is some Hokage level jutsu. Good on you, Raizo. I loved seeing that, seeing him really step up. They're not afraid of Kaido right now. They are fully dedicated to this here. They're using the strongest attacks. They're going full on, head on, and that's exactly what we wanted to see out of the Scabbards in this fight here, that they weren't going to back down, that they're going to push Kaido to the edge and really give him a fight worth reading. So I loved every second of this, guys. It was so cool, and it looks like he took quite a bit of damage, and you hear him bellow out a huge ah, because we get this big shot of the top of Onigashima, and you hear this big scream coming out here, and even the rest of the Beast Pirates are like, man, Master Kaido's really taking a lot of damage here. Like, what is going on? And you see Kaido's eyes just go white. It's crazy. And this leads us into the flashback. I kind of got ahead of myself. This leads us into the flashback, and we kind of see Odin like, hey, do you guys kind of want to know what Ryo looks like? Want me to train you? Want me to show you what Odin's style is? And Kinemon's like, no, we have our own styles. Like, go to hell. So, of course, they're being sassy as usual. And Odin's like, man, why don't they want to learn my style? And Okiku, or not Okiku, but his wife, I can't think of her name right now. His wife is like, because they would kill each other to learn it, they would all want to be your top disciple. And the reason they're not trying to learn it is because they want to make it fair. So eventually he convinces the Scabbards to learn Ryu, finally making them listen. He yells at them. He's like, listen, damn it. So he teaches them Ryu, and that's how they are able to cut Kaido. So really cool little flashback. It was small, but it kind of gives us a little deep dive in why they're able to hurt Kaido. They learned these techniques from Odin himself. Not as strong, of course, they're not as strong as Odin would be if he was using these techniques, but it can be effective in large doses when used by all the Scabbards all at once here. And you see a really cool scene to end this chapter, and he's like, what do you think you're doing? And it's not all of the Scabbards, it's Ashura Doji, Kinemon, Inuarashi, and Denjiro. And they're all holding their swords, just like Odin would, 2-sword style, Odin technique, and they go in with the Paradise Totsuka, or Totsuka. So cool, and they all 4 at the same time attack the scar on Kaido's chest. And you see blood come out, and you see the lightning go everywhere, and they use their haki, the Ryu explodes, and you see these determined faces on all 4 of them. Such an amazing attack here. They get Kaido, his eyes go white, and that's where the chapter ends. Such an amazing chapter, so fun to read, and we really get to see the best of the Scabbards here. Now, how much damage does it do? That's the question that's going to be leading in for the next few weeks here. How much damage did it actually do? I think the Scabbards are putting up one hell of a fight, and they're going to beat down Kaido until he comes out of his dragon form. I think that's my theory, is they're going to beat him out of his dragon form, but as soon as he comes out of his dragon form is when they're going to be in trouble, because when Kaido gets to his normal form or his hybrid form is when he's going to take over this fight, beat them all down, and Luffy will show up. So that's how I believe this is going to go, but I'm loving every second of how strong and how determined the Scabbards have been throughout this fight here, showing off their power, Raizo showing off his Hokage level jutsu, so cool, and then they call back to Odin using his 2-sword style, the strongest style in his words. So really cool, loved it, so much background, so much dialogue. It was cool to see little snippets of everything. I hope we get to see more of this fight. I really am really enjoying this fight. Really enjoyed to see the Scabbards go in against Kaido. Kaido kind of using his power against them. And I want to see more of what happened with Queen, Drake, and Zoro in the next chapter. Hopefully we get to see a little bit of that. And maybe Carrot going after Perospero as well. That would be a fun fight to see. So a lot happened, guys. Comment below. What was your favorite part of chapter 922? It looks like we're going to have to wait till next year to get to chapter 1000 with this break. But that's okay. Oda's health is #1 priority. As long as Oda's healthy, I'll wait 30 years for the last chapter of One Piece. I don't care. As long as Oda's healthy and does it his own way at his own pace, I'll keep reading One Piece, because this is such a fun series. The characters are amazing, and Oda's an amazing mangaka. So I think we're all in the same boat that his health is our #1 concern. Oda, rest up, get some rest, man. Here, we love ya. Feel better. That's it for me, guys. Here, hopefully you enjoyed the review. Comment below with your favorite scene of chapter 922. What do you want to see in chapter 923? And do you think the Scabbards are gonna knock Kaido out of his dragon form before this fight really gets heated up here, guys? So that's it for me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell. Peace, guys. Have a fantastic day.